Today is November 20th, and I want to talk a little bit about what are options. My son's on my lap, so you'll see him come up every now and then. He's home from school today, from preschool today. He's not feeling well, so you might hear him on my lap. I'm letting him sit here while I record a video. I want to talk about what are the options opening up now that SAVE has been on pause and there is uncertainty of what's happening with the SAVE program. We've received enough questions of people asking, okay, that's great information, but what is it that I should specifically be doing? And so I want to make this video addressing what is going to happen, what's likely to happen, and what you should be doing based on your scenario. If I don't cover your scenario, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section, as well as you can always email us at hello@myloansense.com, and I will make sure to provide this links to our product, service, and discount codes for those who need more advice or more certainty moving forward. Okay, so first and foremost, when SAVE was announced, the idea was that SAVE would replace revised pay as you earn and would eventually phase out pay as you earn as a program. And the reason that this was given by the administration was to streamline income-driven repayment, to make it more to simplify it and make it easier for borrowers to understand what their options and what their payment plans are. And to go back into history, why pay as you earn was created in addition to income-based repayment is because income-based repayment wasn't as favorable on interest treatment for those that earned a little more money. So they created pay as you earn because it didn't have hardship requirements that made it a little easier for people to get on plans that could allow them to go into public service loan forgiveness, right? So that's the history on why pay as you earn was created. And that's really, really important because understanding why pay as you earn was created really highlights why it was like a stepping stone process: income-based repayment, then pay as you earn, and then Biden rolled out SAVE. When pay as you earn was rolled out, there was actually very little pushback in terms of, does the Department of Education have authority to create another income-based repayment? And partly why it wasn't as big of an issue is because it wasn't politicized at the time where a president came out and said, we want to give blanket forgiveness. So it wasn't convoluted. Is when you hear loan forgiveness, people often think about it as a political issue of forgiving everybody's loans overnight, when that is certainly not the case. And formerly, income-driven repayment plans were never politicized, okay? It was just kind of like, what we have to do, create a plan to make it more accessible, more affordable. It was never a political issue. It has all of a sudden become a political issue because Biden wanted to use SAVE to also cancel people's debt because they've already made 20 plus years of payments. By the way, I'm not against that. I'm just saying that that is why SAVE is now stuck in courts being litigated, because of the fear that it is providing too much loan forgiveness and reduces people's payments too much. My video, as I was saying, non-political issue now turned political, right? And it partly turned political because Biden used it in conjunction with income-driven repayment adjustment to forgive more people's loans, as well as made the amount that people have to pay progressively go down, all the way to $0 for families of four earning under 64,000. Whether you believe that's right or wrong is a whole nother issue, but it just made it so that it's easier to get a $0 payment into possibly perpetuity until for forgiveness for those that are low income. So again, not to politicize the issue, but it has become political because of those two reasons. Because number one, it came up at the same time as blanket forgiveness, and it also came up at the same time as Biden wanting to do account adjustment forgiveness. Okay, it just is kind of like part of the times. That's why it's being stopped right now. And as such, the news is that the Department of Ed is letting people now enroll into pay as you earn an income contingency repayment that they were considering taking away before Save Pause transpired. And if you are in payment pause because you are on Save, there's a few options to think about. Number one, enroll into pay as you earn or income based repayment to enter into repayment again. Or number two, stay and save until you're being directed by the Department of Ed servicers to do what they believe you should do. If you are being disadvantaged from being in payment pause because number one, this time is not counting towards public service loan forgiveness and you want to get out of debt sooner rather than later, then we suggest you change plans. If you have no urgency to go back into repayment because you're not trying to get loan forgiveness, you're just trying to minimize how much you pay as much as possible over time so you can manage and control your cash flow for your budget, then do nothing until the servicers tell you you have to do something. But we absolutely do not recommend anybody be told you have a payment and just not to pay it. And the reason we don't recommend it is because there's going to be direct credit implications and it is going to hurt your credit and you could possibly go into default. So we want to talk about that because people may not have seen an impact on their credit because we were on a ramp into repayment, but don't be mistaken. Don't think that that's going to be something that's going to last forever. Okay. So again, action plan is if you're trying to get PSLF to enter back into repayment. If you're trying to buy a house and your ratios are not working out, we suggest entering into repayment. The Department of Ed is opening up the ability to file into other plans. So you should go ahead and start getting those applications ready. If you're curious what applications those are, what you need to do to get public service loan forgiveness, we are here to help. Implications on mortgage, we can answer those questions. We are not a mortgage lender, though. That's a disclaimer. And lastly, if you're okay being on pause because you're not making a payment now, just make sure you're not making a payment because it's on pause and when it's going to end, get a specific letter documentation from your servicer because you do not want to find out that you were supposed to be paying. They reported to your credit that you weren't paying and then you get credit dinged. So just confirm that. Set up your payment for auto pay for when the payments are due so that does not happen and you don't accidentally get credit dings, okay? If there are any questions, comment, like, subscribe, share with other borrowers. As news comes up, we will always be coming on, even if that means I make a video with my sick toddler in my lap. I will do so to make sure we're all up to date and informed what we should be doing with our student loans.